Hi, my name's Tony. Welcome to my YouTube channel. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? As I start one of these, I guess, I don't know. Anyways, yes, I am driving. Yes, I'm paying very close attention, but I'm also in rush hour traffic, so things are going to be a little slow, so I've got some time, and I want to talk to you guys. Basically, what I want to talk about is nightmares. And when I say nightmares, I'm talking about nightmares that I'm personally having. I've had them at least all of my adult life. I can remember having them growing up a little bit, but not anything near as bad as the last several years where it's a nightly occurrence. And when I say nightmares, I'm not talking about monsters chasing me. I'm not talking about Dracula. I'm not talking about being abducted by aliens. I'm talking about real world situations where people get seriously hurt. They are very vivid. They are something that can happen any day without anybody necessarily causing them, just freak accidents, stuff like that. I've tried several things, including over-the-counter medicine, prescription medicine, natural remedy stuff, and I'll put a list in the video description of what all I've tried. But basically, it's been causing me some health issues from exhaustion level, because I am not getting sleep most nights. So I figured, why not try to talk to YouTube and see if anybody can help give me some insight, anything I might try. I'm more than open to ideas. I also have looked into several books, that talk about the meaning of dreams, several websites talk about, and all of that to me is subjective. So while I'll appreciate and I'll listen to anything you guys want to say about what these dreams mean, I'm going to take that part of things with a grain of salt. I'm not going to put a whole lot of thought into that just because the opinions on all that are so extreme. Anyways, the best way I know to kind of talk to you guys about this is explain some of the dreams I've been having. The first dream I'm going to talk about, I had about a week ago. And then the second dream I actually had last night. And both of them, very upsetting, that type of thing. But anyways, so in real life, I do have a friend that's over in Europe right now. She's been over there for a few weeks. She's still got a few weeks to go. But about a week ago, I had a dream that I decided to surprise her and fly over and meet her. And, we're just going to have some fun, do whatever, case may be. So I did that in the dream. And then one morning we woke up, we decided to rent a sailboat. I've owned several sailboats in my life. I don't currently own one, but I do know how to sail. I understand sailing. So it sounded like something fun to do. So we rented a sailboat and we went out into the ocean. And we were sailing along. It was a beautiful day. This freak storm comes out of nowhere and flips the boat over. And not only does it flip the boat over, it does what's known as turtle the boat, where the mast of the sailboat is pointing straight down. We did not have our life jackets on. As an experienced sailor, I should have known to have the life jacket on, but we didn't. It's just one of those situations. And I've been sailing plenty of times without a life jacket on. Never in the ocean. Every time I've sailed in the ocean, I've always had the life jacket on, or always had it well within reaching distance if I didn't have it on for whatever reason. So, but this time we didn't even have them out. They were in the storage area of the boat, and we just were sailing when the storm hit. So the storm finally ends. We're both just worn out from hanging onto the side of the boat, being beat by the waves of the storm, everything like that. And so I decided the only way that we're going to really be safe is if I try to swim down and get the life jackets out of the bottom of the boat. And again, the boat is completely upside down. So as I dive down to get the life jackets, the boat starts sinking incredibly fast. And the only thing I'm able to grab is the hatch door. And for those that you don't know, when I say a hatch door, I'm not talking like a door like in Titanic, a big 6 foot long, normal size door. A hatch door on this particular boat was probably about 3 foot by 3 foot piece of plywood, basically. I mean, it's made out of teak wood, but I mean, if you just think of a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that's about 3 foot by 3 foot, that's what I'm able to grab and swim back up before the boat completely sinks and it's at the bottom of the ocean. So all we have is this small piece of wood to kind of hang on to, and it's not even really enough to supply enough flotation for one of us, but it does help a little. So we're switching back and forth between trying to just tread water out here in the middle of nowhere, the ocean basically, and kind of float / tread water with this piece of wood. Well, a few hours go by and we're still out of nowhere, nobody's coming along or whatever. We notice that the wood's not even no longer helping. It's so waterlogged, it's starting to sink. So we finally lose the board, it sinks, and both just from pure exhaustion and everything else, my friend can no longer tread water. I can't hold her up. She sinks and drowns. Shortly after that, I sink and drown. And with every dream, once I die, I always immediately wake up. I normally immediately wake up with some type of scream, call out and tear, something, but I always wake up the second I die. So that's the first dream. And like I said in the beginning, I mean, that's something that realistically could happen. It's not anything that probably ever will, but I mean, it's a real life situation. So the second dream I want to talk to you guys about actually happened last night, and most of my dreams are in dream time, if you will, take place over a 3, 4, 5 hour period. Sometimes the sailing dream was an all day event, but it's normally, not much longer than a day, even if it is. So the dream last night was over a 4-day period in the dream, though, which means I was asleep a lot longer than I normally would be in the dreams. So there was some tossing and turning that I know just based off the way the blankets and sheets and stuff on the bed were. But anyways, in this dream, it starts out with one of my best friends gets robbed and shot. I don't see it. I hear about it. He's being rushed to the hospital. By the time I get to the hospital, he has since died. But of course, that's very sad, very upsetting to me. Like I say, this is one of my best friends that's no longer with me in the dream. So as I'm leaving the hospital, one of our other friends is pulling into the hospital to find out what all has happened, how our friend is, that type of thing. And as he's pulling in, he gets hit by a car. He gets hit by a car, and in such a way that it kills him immediately. So now I've got 2 friends that have died in a very short time frame. So again, completely upset, but I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go home. So I go home and I'm sitting there, just trying to remember my friend, thinking of all the good times that we used to have, just trying to deal with that situation in general. Well, a friend of mine comes over and is like, come on, you need to go out to get some food. Let's go get some food. And she makes me go out and get food. So I was like, all right, let's go. So we go out and we find some food at this small little restaurant that's in this old antique house. Been to this restaurant several times. Haven't been recently, but I have been to this restaurant several times. It's always been a great little experience, that type of thing. Well, as we're sitting there in the restaurant, one of the overhead chandelier lights falls and lands on her and injures her so badly that we have to take her to the hospital. Sorry, there's construction up here in front of me. I'm gonna have to take a different route. So, but we have to take her to the hospital, and causes such bad brain injury that she ends up dying. So now I've had 3 friends die in a day's period. So I go home, I go to bed. Just, deal with the situation, I just go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, getting ready to go to one of my clients. As I'm on the way to one of my clients, I find out that I'm driving here. Anyways, found out that another friend of ours was at the bank. The bank was being robbed, and he tried to intervene with the robbers, and one of the robbers basically slit his throat. So here we are, day and a half, basically not even a day and a half, and 4 friends have now died. Well, as this just keeps going on and on, other friends die in unusual, tragic ways where it ends up being approximately in about a 3-day period, 15 friends have died. Of course, I am extremely distraught. Reminds me very much of the Final Destination movies, situations like that. Not anything that necessarily crazy, whatever. Well, the way the dream ends is I end up going into a building, and out of nowhere, we're hit with an earthquake in Tennessee, which they have happened. There is a fault line. The earthquake causes the building to collapse on me, and I am crushed and killed by the falling building. So, like I said, these dreams are always situations that could happen. Don't think they ever will, but that's the type of dreams that I have, and I usually have 2 to 3 a night. That end up waking me up, causing me not to get sleep, causing my body to begin to shut down from pure exhaustion because I'm not getting sleep. So I'm just looking for insight from somebody. Maybe somebody else is experiencing this. Maybe you guys have found something that works for you. Whatever the case may be. I don't know if you guys want me to continue to make videos about other dreams that I have in the future, but if there's something that's helpful for you, just hearing that, hey, there is somebody else having nightmares like that. I'm not opposed to doing this. I won't make them, on a daily or maybe not even a weekly basis. I might do, one every couple weeks. I don't know. It just kind of depends on if somebody thinks that's helpful. I will say I do feel like just talking about it in general, does seem to provide me at least some peace of mind. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if this will help stop the dreams. It might. But anyways, appreciate y'all listening. If like I say, if you have anything to add or provide insight to me, let me know. Like I say, there will be a list of all the things I have tried down in the description box. When I upload this video, I'll add that. But hopefully maybe somebody can give me something new to try. Anyways, I'm where I was going, so thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.